Smith has it. DeMoss, the steal for three. Buried! Joey DeMoss. The far side. Timmons blocked again. Daly, top of the key, spinning. Daly up and one. What a play. Position Epps to Valentine. Yes, sir. Mackay with another. Corrado left, block up, and one. B Graphics up by one, now down by two. It's Davis again. Zion again. He cannot miss. Now it's Terza for the lead. Got it. Picked off. That's RJ Sledge. Sledge pulls up. Sledge and one. RJ Sledge, incredible.
A night where we crown a champion. First, we honor our awards, first and second team MVISBL awards given out here before the championship games. I'm Alex Lyons with you as we get set to present our awards to our outstanding athletes we've had this summer in the girls division. Second team will look like this: Emma Larkin, Lauren Barella, Alyssa Terza, all of Edward Jones, who will compete for their second straight title here tonight. Out of State Farm, it's Bella Ferno, and finishing up second team will be Autumn Matthews out of Lee Supply. And on first team, it's a combination of players going for a championship with Mallory Daly and Avery Davis, along with the lone freshman Sutton Williamson, Hannah Pugliese, and Erica Hall, while Mallory Daly claims two more awards this season, Player of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year, while Sutton Williamson, the rising freshman at Trinity, was our Breakthrough Player of the Year. As we'll bring a number of the individuals in, they'll get their awards, and we'll talk to them here about what this summer has meant to them and kind of what they've done here in the MVISBL, as Bella Ferno, who was new to us this year, gets her award. So, Bella, obviously a lot of expectation on you from maybe a lot of people around the league. You came in as our #1 overall pick, earned second team honors, and you helped take a team that missed the playoffs last year, obviously had the first pick for a reason, and got them into the playoffs. So what was this summer like for you?
I really enjoyed it. I loved being with new players, and I loved hanging out with a new team, and it was just overall really fun.
So with that being said, the ability to play with a different number of girls, a new coach, new players, the whole 9 yards, how do you take that going back into your season with Norwin come the winter and, build upon that so you're ready to go come Norwin's basketball season?
Well, I don't really know. I just am really excited to go into the high school season with new, skill development and new ways to play. So.
Bella Ferno, if she plays anything like she did this summer for Norwin, it's going to be a problem for the rest of the WPIAL. Is Bella Ferno part of our second team here in the MVISBL? Next, we're going to have Autumn Matthews come up, as Autumn Matthews, part of Lee Supply, and Coach Caitlin Slagus. As Autumn, well, one more season for you at York, and obviously now done here in the MVISBL, but it's been a dominant couple years for you here in the Summer League. What was the overall experience like for you here?
I think it was good. I got to work around with some new teammates, improve my game. There's still some things I got to work on, but it was nice, playing against a bunch of good competition. So, yeah.
So now that this season is done, you obviously said you have some things to work on. How do you go into the off season, put those together so you can get to where you want to be at the next level?
It's just consistency, stuff like that. Just doing it with stuff when you don't feel like it. Yeah.
Autumn Matthews, one of our stars here in the MVISBL, will surely be missed. A rising senior for the York Cougars. As now we'll have one of our first finalists here this evening, a rising sophomore at Geibel in Emma Larkin. And Emma, Obviously, we've seen you now for 2 summers. Now you're getting to play in your second championship game, and you're part of the MVI SBL second team. How has this league helped you improve so much? And from when we first saw you at tryouts to the point you're at now.
Between all the teams, there's just great competition, and the good competition just transfers from game to game. So with the people you're playing against, it helps you tremendously.
And, for you personally, obviously you have to do a lot when it comes to playing for Geibel, over 500 points as a freshman. But does this help you become a more well-rounded player? Because instead of you having to do as much in this league, you kind of get a complete game aspect playing here in the league.
Yeah, it helps me be a good leader for the people back at Geibel, and it just completely transfers over with, again, the good competition and my players and coaches here.
Emma Larkin, 2 years in, another stellar season, looking to go 2 for 2 in title games later tonight. As we'll go with our final second team member here, and that is Alyssa Terza, the only one who's going to be about the same height as me. But Alyssa, obviously we've got to see you a lot over the past number of seasons, not just here, but in Elizabeth Ford as well. And, we've seen you develop a lot as a player, going from someone who hated to go inside the paint, and I'd say probably over 50-60% of your points have been inside the post this summer. How have you been able to, add that other asset to your game?
I think being here, it obviously helps, because in AAU I don't like to try as many things because it's such a competitive circuit to be on. So here I just like to work on those little moves in the post, and especially finishing. It's one of the biggest things I've been wanting to work on, especially for high school, because I'm one of the tallest girls in high school, but not in AAU. So yeah.
So obviously one more game for you here in your MVI SBL career. What would it mean to you to go out with another championship?
It'd be really good. I'm excited to play. Obviously we're missing Lauren, but I think we have some really good players that'll help. And obviously we're missing a few from last year because they graduated. So I think it'll be a good game.
Alyssa Terza rounding out our MVI SBL all second team. Of course, as she mentioned, Lauren Barella not here. That will be a big loss later, but she was also part of the second team here in the MVI SBL girls division. As now we'll go into first team, and our first honoree from AMD Industries, Avery Davis. 2 years in the league, and Avery Davis, a stellar three-point shooter, a multi-sport standout for Greensburg Central Catholic. And Avery, what has your 2-year experience been like here in the league?
I think this league has definitely helped me improve my game offensively and defensively. I think I've definitely been able to finish stronger, and I've also been able to work on the three.
So obviously we've seen you do a ton of damage with your three-point shooting, and with being able to play with new players that you maybe normally wouldn't against new competition, how has that been able to, especially playing with someone like Mallory?
I definitely think playing with a player like Mallory helps, just because you don't really get to play with somebody as good as her every day. Us playing together has really helped bring together some chemistry for our team, which is why I think we've been able to be so successful these past 2 years.
Avery Davis, part of our first team here in the MVI SBL, will also be going for a championship later here this evening. As we'll move on to our lone freshman, but the last name is a household one here in the MVI SBL, as Sutton Williamson. We talked to you, it doesn't seem like that long ago during tryouts, Sutton, and here you are, end of the season, first team all MVI SBL. What has your first season in the league been like, and this first experience at this league?
It's been really great, and I really appreciate all of the just how hard you guys work at it, and that means I can have fun at it and work hard.
So obviously, in a sense, some big shoes to fill, and I think it was a great start with your cousin, of course, and that's always probably going to surround with how good she was in this league and going into high school as well. But how has this prepared you now that, even though you haven't played a high school game, you've played almost a full summer of high school games before you even step on the court at Trinity?
That gives me really great confidence and how I can perform in my upcoming year.
Sutton Williamson, our first team and lone freshman on the MVI SBL first team, a breakout star for Lisa Ply.
Go back and see Mike.
as we're going to bring in Melanie Greco, and she's going to give out our prestigious award for our Player of the Year to someone who has been a lot of fun to watch, Melanie, and someone really enjoying that we've had the ability to watch over the last couple of years.
Yes, this year's award goes to Mallory Daly. She's a rising senior. I believe she swept the awards. First team, all defense, all MVP. So how about you come in the middle? Here's your trophy. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, Mallory, obviously it's been a pleasure to get to watch you, not just here, but at the high school level as well. And it doesn't seem like much gets to you out on the court. Is that part of the reason you've been able to be so dominant, not just here? We've seen you throughout the course of the last few summers, at least I have, and then, of course, at Seton LaSalle. Is that that mindset that you have, how has that helped you out on the basketball court?
I feel like you can't have, like, nobody can, like, imitate me. I don't know. No one, like I'm not worried about anyone. I just worry about myself and how I play.
So, obviously, with Eden taking the award last year, was one of your teammates. Did that give you all sorts of motivation to want to have it this year in your senior season?
Yes, definitely. I wanted to have it the most.
So, what does it mean to you to claim not just first team, not just Defensive Player of the Year, which is back-to-back Defensive Players of the Year, but also Player of the Year?
I don't know. I'm just grateful.
Mallory Daly, an absolute star in the league, looking to put on a show and finish her MVISBL career with a championship later this evening.
Thank you. Thank you.
As that will do it for the awards. Come back in a few minutes or so right here on MVI Live. We'll have a championship rematch from last year. AMD and Edward Jones for all the marbles coming up next on MVI Live.